Welcome, Christine E. Schulze here, aka the Elvish Author, as I'm known on my other channel, which you should totally check out if you love books. I'll leave that link down in the description. And welcome to another reaction. We are watching more Avatar today. I'm about to start episodes 17 and 18. I have to think about what's going on because me and my boyfriend Isaac just finished recording episode 6 of Squid Game. Rough on the emotions on all levels, so I'm trying to recover because it's time for me to watch some Avatar, and hopefully, even though Avatar can definitely get emotional, hopefully that'll be a happier, funner time. So let me think real quick. So as usual, episodes 17 and 18, we'll be releasing a day apart for editing purposes, but I will be watching them together right now. And real quick before we get started, one thing I do want to let you guys know is that in December, there might be a couple weeks where we're only able to release 1 episode a week instead of 2 episodes because, again, I'm still doing edits for my 500 plus page book, and Isaac has been my editor very graciously, but he has finals, so he might be a little bit tied up with that. So if you notice a couple of weeks where I'm only releasing 1 Avatar episode reaction instead of 2 episodes per week, that is why, but that's just temporary, and later on in December, we'll be back on the normal 2 episode a week schedule. So no worries, still watching the show. Things might just be a little bit slower there for a couple of weeks. So last time, the 2 episodes I watched were to do with Bado of the Water Tribe, and then also we had The Deserter. So Bado of the Water Tribe was cool again because I had completely forgotten whether Sokka and Katara's dad was still alive. I know that their mom died because of the Fire Nation raids, but Dad's still alive. He's out there doing his thing. He's out there, I think in his own way fighting the war against the Fire Nation. And it was really cool to see Katara, Aang, and Sokka come together as their own family unit. Aang had that very realistic, and I say very realistic because I've experienced these emotions before, that realistic reaction of being really afraid of losing his family that he's created, that he's, his chosen family of Sokka and Katara, because he didn't really grow up with much family. He had Gyatso, but he didn't really have a lot of family and friends growing up. He didn't have that opportunity. So I completely understand finally having that and then feeling that whiplash of like, oh my goodness, it's being taken away from me, and just being so afraid and just wanting to cling to that and making some bad decisions because of it. And he felt bad about those decisions. But again, what's so great about Aang and about all of the characters so far is that a lot of them are well-rounded, having those gray areas, having those realistic reactions of making mistakes sometimes, just like you or I would make mistakes. So I like that even Aang, our main character and protagonist, is not a perfect character. He is still just a kid. We have to remember that, which comes out in the next episode, The Deserter, where he's just so impatient and gung-ho about learning firebending, which, as we saw, is the most dangerous and potentially destructive of all of the elements, which of course makes a lot of sense. And just learning the importance of self-control and self-discipline. I feel like a lot of these episodes has a moral or value that they really focus on, and self-discipline in this one is really important. I still think that one of the coolest moments was when, the deserter teacher was saying, I'm not going to teach you, you can't handle this, and then the spirit of Roku presents himself through Aang and says, I have been doing this for like 500 years or whatever. I have done this through all my reincarnations. I am the Avatar. I totally can handle this. That was such a cool moment for Roku to come and present himself in Aang's defense. And then just getting to learn a little bit more about Zhao and his backstory and just seeing his recklessness, I was thinking back to the episode where he captures Aang. I think that was 15. He captures Aang, and then, Zuko goes in, does his ninja thing to get Aang out of there because he's trying to capture him for himself. But the whole thing where Zhao was just gonna keep Aang and, torture him. Someone brought up a comment that like, okay, yeah, even if he, Zhao said, well, if I kill you, we're just gonna have to find the next Avatar and destroy him, but to prevent, him stopping us and what we're trying to do. And one of you had commented like, okay, well, if Zhao had just killed Aang, the next Avatar, sure, the next Avatar would have been born, but would have been born as a baby. A baby can't do anything. They would have had plenty of time to figure this out and destroy the next Avatar, which could also be very true. So just the fact that Zhao, overall, he's intelligent, he's a strategist, but he has made some reckless decisions. And that was seen in this previous episode, episode 16, where Aang was able to play him into destroying his own ships because he's just so determined on the goal that he's reckless and willing to do whatever to get there. And that's a flaw, and that's probably going to work to his downfall. So I'm just excited to get back into it. Episode 17 and 18 I'm going to be watching, and just to kind of see where we're headed with everything. You know, we found Bado, but we haven't quite made it to the Water Kingdom, so hopefully we will progress even further there as well, and master some more waterbending, and maybe meet some more new characters along the way, and hopefully have some cool, you know, more Zuko Aang interactions at some point, because those are really cool, really got a lot of depth to them. And again, really hoping at some point Zuko will turn around and be on our team. He's definitely thinking about things, you know, since that one episode 15 is definitely, those interactions have got him thinking. So let's just jump into it. Strap on your elf ears, pop in your elf eyes, and get ready to watch and listen as I watch and give my thoughts on some more Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Water.
Earth. Fire.
Air.
The Northern Air Temple. Cool. We've been to a different. Was the Southern Air Temple before?
Travelers, the next time you think you hear a strange, large bird talking in parrot, but a flying man, a member
Superman?
of a group of airwalkers who laugh at gravity.
Is that how it was back then?
I laugh at gravity all the time. Gravity.
He's such a dork. I love him.
Jingle.
Oh.
Sorry.
They had to run out of money sometime, so.
Hey, thanks for the story. It means a lot to hear Airbender stories. It must have been 100 years ago your great-grandpa met them.
What are you prattling about, child? Great-grandpappy saw the airwalkers last week.
Oh? He thought he was the last one, too, so that's pretty cool. Oh, maybe we get
the
to
Northern Air
meet
Temple.
more of his
This is where they
kind.
had the championships for Sky Bison Polo.
Do you think we'll really find airbenders?
I don't care, but I hope we. I do care.
Like you are totally honest.
Are you saying I'm a liar?
I'm saying you're an optimist.
Yes, and you're the pessimist, and honestly, that's true. She's very optimistic. He's very pessimistic. They kind of balance each other out. He has a healthy dose of skepticism, and she has the healthy dose of, you know, trying to see the best in people. What I was about to say is that regardless of who they find, I hope that we play some bison polo. That would be fantastic.
Same thing, basically.
Hey guys, look at this!
Beautiful! More beautiful architecture from Avatar.
They really are airbenders.
No?
No, they're not.
No.
What do you mean
Okay.
they're not?
The way they move, they're not airbending. Those people have no spirit.
Bummer.
I don't know, Aang. That kid seemed pretty spirited.
Yeah, I don't think that's what you meant, but... Okay, let's go.
You better find some solid ground before it finds us.
It looks terrifying, but, like, also super fun. I've never been, like, paragliding or whatever. But it does look pretty dope.
Hey, good.
Yeah, I know. But I could do more than fancy gliding.
Bringing out Aang's competitive spirit.
Wow. I don't think I can do that. But here's a good one.
There's been some really cool, I don't know if technology is the right word, but some cool technology that each of the cultures have in this story so far. Oh, cute.
What do you think?
Aang's not amused, but I'm amused. Can he not? Oh, that's cool. Is he?
Hey.
Yeah, because I thought that the other guys that were gliding had a little bit different looking contraption, so he must actually have a disability and be in a wheelchair, is what it seems to be. So awesome, again, for representation. We've had a lot of different, like, you know, I know the races are all made up, but looks-wise, a lot of like different racial representations, and so now it looks like we might have a cool character who is representing folks who are in a wheelchair. So props to Avatar once again.
Hey, you're a real airbender. You must be the Avatar. That's amazing. I've heard stories about
Oh, we finally
you.
got a fan instead of someone who's trying to kill us.
Wow, this glider chair is incredible.
You'd think this is good. Wait until you see the other stuff my dad designed.
Oh, is his dad an inventor? And then he helps make different things for him since he can't walk? That would be pretty cool. Oh, I bet.
Wow!
So this is really cool. Sokka's gonna be impressed by all the different machinery, I think, and everything, and the inventions. But I think Aang's gonna be upset because it's supposed to be an air temple, and he probably sees it as either disrespectful or just makes him feel sad that the airbenders are no longer around and that it's been turned into something else. Is where I think we're probably going with this.
Used to come here a long time ago. I think he's a little shocked it's so...
Yeah, there's still a lot of shock from that 100 years of difference, you know? Coming from a temple where you have so many airbenders into just this. The art.
Supposed to be the history of my people.
Yeah. That would be hard for him to see. And, you know, like I said, for him probably feels really disrespectful of his culture and his history. And especially since there are no more airbenders.
See at least one part of the temple that isn't ruined.
Look out!
Oh, no! Ah. Darn construction people.
What the doodle to make room for the bathhouse?
Oh, no.
Do you know what you did?
Again, a matter of different perspectives.
I've seen it when the monks were here. I know what it's supposed to be like.
The monks? But you're 12.
Dad?
He's the
He's
Avatar.
the Avatar.
Yeah.
He used to come here 100 years ago.
Came across these fan-like contraptions.
Our gliders.
Yes, little light flying machines. They gave me an
Which are
idea.
perfect for him to
Build
get
a new
around.
life for my
Aw.
son in the air. Then everyone would be on
Oh,
equal.
that's so cool. That's so cool. So he had obviously no ill intent in coming here. He needed a home for his people, for his family, and he just wanted to create a good life for his son. So that's interesting because, you know, Aang sees it as he's destroying this place, he's destroying the religion and the history and all of that. And that is true, and I think that some of it probably should be considered sacred and respected, but at the same time, I feel like if the airbenders were still around, that they would want these people to have a home and have a place to come. And that, you know, I think it's cool that this place, I think there's also going to be that point of like the airbenders are no longer around. And for Aang, that's hard and that's sad. But I think maybe there's going to be a lesson of also moving forward because, you know, the place may as well be used for some good and turned into something good. And that's what this guy's trying to do. So
ground.
I completely understand both of their perspectives.
We're just in what's already here. And after all, isn't that what nature does?
That's true. Nature changes and grows.
Nature knows where to stop.
I suppose
That's also true.
You put spark powder in the candle.
That's pretty cool.
4 flashes. So it's exactly 4 hours past midday.
I like this guy.
Or as I call it, 4 candles.
4 candle.
The temple might be different, but the creatures that live here are probably direct descendants of the ones that lived here a long time ago.
You're right. They're kind of keepers of the temple's origins.
Yeah, it's that
Besides, there is one part of the temple that hasn't changed
blend
at all.
of history and keeping
It's
the
just
past
like the one in the other air temple.
Only an airbender can
and
open
something
it.
new coming
So
together.
inside it's completely untouched.
Aang?
I'm sorry. This is the last
And
part
he
of the
wants to
temple
preserve
that's the same as
it.
was.
Yeah.
I want it to stay that way.
Cover your nose and hold your breath.
Okay, so you brought me all the way down here to see an empty room.
Wrong. It's filled to the brim with natural gas.
I was about to say, you got
Came across
something.
it my first time. Nearly blew myself and the whole place even more.
I'm not
sky-high.
surprised. You're a
But
pretty
my
reckless
eyebrows
fellow.
would never grow back.
So this place is an explosion waiting to happen.
Yes, until I figure out how to locate something I can't see, hear, smell, or touch.
The wind will carry
Okay,
it.
that's a
It's
challenge.
something inside
Also,
you.
I like that he was talking to Sokka about all that. We know Sokka is kind of our smart character, so Sokka's probably gonna maybe try to think of a plan to help them
Something
out.
Even lighter than air. And that something takes over when you
Oh,
fly.
is Katara gonna get to try to
I
fly?
changed my mind. I think I was born without that something.
I was born to
Impossible.
stay on the ground,
Everybody
so
has
to be
Spirit.
fair.
What?
That's the something you're talking about.
Also, probably my reaction. Terror and then laughing.
Believe I'm flying.
Even though Teo's not an airbender, he really does have the spirit.
I was about to say, like the Aang's discovering that there's more than one way to have
I've been
spirit.
thinking,
So.
if you want to see what's in that room, I'd be happy to open the door for you.
Great.
I like this little connection between Aang and Teo, but I'm really worried that if something has to happen when they open that door. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm kind of worried about it. I trust Teo, even though we just met him. But I'm worried that somebody's going to want to do something with that room if they open it. Or maybe it'll help us solve the gas leak. Who knows? So.
I said don't touch anything. That egg was just part of last week's lunch.
Ew. Yeah, exactly.
Weak old egg smell.
I can't believe I'm finally going to see
Oh
what's
my
inside.
goodness, why am I worried about this, guys? I love this puzzle. I will always love this puzzle. With the wind in the door. It's so cool.
I put a whole mess of rotten eggs in the cellar where the gas seeps up.
The gas will mix with the smell of rotten eggs.
Then if there's a leak...
You smell rotten eggs. Then you just follow your nose to the place where the smell is coming from.
and plug up the hole where the gas is escaping.
You're a genius! Something's
Again,
wrong. I've got to
Sokka
go.
getting to be his smart self. Okay, why is there an alarm? Holy crapplejacks, is it a freaking torture chamber? What is happening? Fire, oh.
This is a
Yes,
nightmare.
it is. The Fire
You
Nation
don't
used it.
understand.
You're making weapons for the Fire
Oh,
Nation.
I didn't put that together. Oh, snap. Also, how is he able to get in there without having any airbending?
Explain all this. Now!
Oh, yeah, Tail
It
doesn't
was
know.
about a year after we moved here.
I feel like
Fire Nation soldiers found our settlement.
Okay.
We were too young to remember
He's
this
probably
tale.
doing it to protect
They were going
everybody.
to destroy everything, burn it to the ground. Asked what I had to offer. I offered my services.
Yeah, we can't blame
You
him.
must understand.
He did
I
it to
this
protect
for
his
you.
kid and his, all his people. Oh, this is one of those morally, for lack of better words, morally gray dilemmas. He obviously is doing it to protect his kid, to protect all the other people. It's not right, but also neither is letting his kid die or whatever they would do. So, I get it. Not mad at this guy. I can understand. Aang's gonna be upset though, because it kind of seems like sacrilegious and just disrespectful to have all this Fire Nation stuff inside this part of the air temple,
When are they coming?
Soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
Aang's
soon.
probably mad now.
Can't give them more weapons.
Can we fight him off?
If I don't give them what they want, they will destroy this place.
Yeah, and that happens in war
How can I
too.
be proud of you when your inventions are being used for murder?
That happens
I
in
need
war
some
too.
time
People
to
gotta make
think.
hard decisions sometimes to protect people. That's
You
rough.
need to leave. Go.
We're not leaving.
Then hide. Quickly.
I swear if Zhao comes up here. Okay.
Than to keep me waiting.
Okay.
Give me what you... Well, is there a problem?
It's a hard decision, Dad.
No. Right this way.
Deal's off.
The Avatar.
Heck yeah.
Aang, don't get involved.
Get out of here.
He
Leave
just,
empty-handed.
he just bitch slapped him with a wave of air. Good, very good.
Then the destruction of this temple will be on your head.
It's bad. Very bad.
Aang, what are we gonna do? How can we
You
possibly
know what?
keep them all away?
I respect Aang for having that black and white view, though. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't blame the dad at all, again, for making hard decisions to save his kids, save the rest of the people, because you don't know what you would do yourself in that situation. Maybe you would decide to work for the Fire Nation because you don't see another way out to protect your child. So I totally don't blame him. But Aang is in a better position to make those choices, and again, I like him sticking to his values and everything. That's a good character quality of his, and let's see how we get out of this one, shall we?
I'll tell you how. We have something they don't. Air power. We control the sky.
That's
something the Fire
I'm gonna say
Nation
that's a good
can't do.
position to be
We
in.
can win.
I want to help.
Dad.
Good. We'll need
You're
it.
an inventor. You can invent something that'll help us.
We finally got
You're a pretty
the war
savvy
balloon
guy.
working thanks to Sokka. This boy's a
He
genius.
sure is.
You. You're a genius.
Thank you.
If you control the hot air, you control the war balloon.
Oh, that's so cool and clever.
That's actually pretty smart.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
we
trying to
got
tell
4
you
kinds
guys
of
for
bombs.
episodes now. The
Smoke,
Sokka's very
slime,
clever, very
fire,
smart.
And
Stink. Never underestimate the power of stink.
That's actually true. That's actually very true. In fact, I dare to say that a lot of wars would end a lot sooner if we just stunk people out, okay? So...
Sokka with the war balloon.
We'll have to start without it.
Sokka has a plan. He'll be there. Don't worry. Sokka's a smart guy. He's really showing his strengths more and more with his intelligence and his ideas and his logical thinking. Oh lord, well, did we bring enough soldiers for this tiny little city of defenseless people? Good night. I like that we're just throwing mud in their faces, so not like actually trying to kill them, but...
Out of the sky.
Yeah, avalanche him out of there. That's another thing too. Sometimes people don't even think, you know, these people probably wouldn't have thought like, oh, we can't defend ourselves from the Fire Nation. They've never tried. But sometimes, you know, without having that extra push and someone to kind of rally you and give that push and motivation, you know, you don't know to try those kinds of things. You think that they're impossible. So I like that Aang is just, you know, really good at rallying people, really good at getting them to stand up for themselves. This is another good lesson, just like the one with Haru in the prison, of teaching people that they can stand up for themselves and that they do have the power to do so. Oh man, what kind of machines did they bring? Are those tanks? What the heck? I'm gonna need Sokka to come through on his hot air balloon. Ah! Oh man, those things are really heavy duty. Like I said, each culture has their own different technologies, which is really cool to see. But I would prefer not to have tanks. This is not good. Someone's gonna get shot down. Nah, they're right there. It's really close.
I think I know how they work. I remember my dad tinkering with the counterbalancing system. Something to do with water. Works great, huh?
Water? Close to one?
Thanks for that, Teo. It's like fire baseball. Yeah, Aqua. Always coming in clutch. Every time. Oh my goodness.
We're out of bombs.
I guess that is a pretty sturdy
Sokka.
fortress, so I
Where's
guess
that war balloon?
it makes sense they brought so many people, but... Alright. What's the plan? Smart guy. Very
I
clever.
guess they won't see this coming.
Bombs away!
Yeah.
You smell that?
Rotten eggs! There! That's where the gas is escaping!
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
That's our fuel source.
It's the only bomb we've got!
Gutsy, Sokka. I respect it. Boom. When it really counts, he always has both the intelligence and the guts to just go for it.
No! Sokka, hold on!
Get ready!
Oh my goodness. Sokka just also coming in clutch for this episode. Alright.
You know what? I'm really glad you guys all live here now.
Yeah.
I realized it's like the hermit crab. Maybe you weren't born here, but you found this empty shell and
Aww.
made it your home.
What a beautiful
And now you
analogy.
protect each other.
That means
That's
a
cool.
lot
That's
coming
cool.
from you.
Why are we upset, Dad?
This defeat is the gateway to many victories.
Oh no. no, now they have control of this. Shoot. Yeah, so that's a good point, is now the Fire Nation has found that hot air balloon, and now they can kind of see how it works with the improvements that Sokka and the inventor guy made. So that's kind of suckish. But yeah, another solid episode. Yeah, another solid episode. What can I always say? I mean, all these episodes have been pretty good. Even the least favorite one wasn't bad. It was probably also my least favorite as well today. But yeah, cool episode. We had some good representation. I liked seeing Teo's character and just seeing the different technology that his dad was able to come up with to help him get around and to still be able to fly like everyone else. It makes me think, and I don't remember her name, but a few months ago we had a work conference. I work with people who have disabilities in my day job, and we had this work conference where we met a lady who, gosh, I don't even remember if she couldn't use her legs at all, if she had very minimal use of them. I don't remember her full story. But basically, something happened to her where she was told, you'll never walk again and all this stuff. And long story short, she was like, well, I can no longer be a runner, so I really want to fly. And she taught herself, she put herself through flight school, and she taught herself to be this really good pilot. And so it kind of makes me think of that, just not being limited if you do have a disability or some kind of other physical challenge like that, not being limited. There's so much cool technology out there these days. Of course, there needs to be more access for everybody to be able to, have access to those technologies that are needed. But I thought it was cool just to have that representation in there. And again, I loved Aang's analogy at the end of being like the hermit crab, where they came to this place and they found it as like their protective shell and just taking care of each other. They take care of the temple. Some of the history and the sacredness has maybe kind of been lost in a way, but it's really just been transformed into something new. The Airbenders no longer have need of it because they're no longer around. And I think that they, like Aang, would want these people to be able to use it and turn it into something new and good. And yeah, so I think that's a really cool analogy as well. That being said, and also getting to see my guy Sokka again show his intelligence. And he really, Sokka can come across as a scaredy cat, but he really has guts and courage when it really counts. He will go for it when it's about protecting people. So that's just a really cool trait of his as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the next episode now. So happy watching. Hope you guys are enjoying everything so far. If you are enjoying what you see on my channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That really helps me out, helps other people see these videos so they can also enjoy them. And feel free to leave a comment too, because so far I've really enjoyed talking and interacting with all you guys. Everyone's had really good comments, but without giving me any spoilers, which is 2 thumbs way up. On that note, happy watching, and I will see you in the next episode.